Today is yoga for anxiety. If you're going to join us on Facebook, then if we have like technical issues happening, if you're not doing well over there, jump over to YouTube. We are going to make use of blocks today, so if you have something that you can use that's kind of block shaped, grab that. We're also going to start seated. So one of the things to notice is when you sit seated with your legs open, if you have this shape, it's often because of the bone shape in your hip, not because of flexibility. It can also be from flexibility. But if you're going to sit here and you have this shape in your back, try putting something in underneath your hips, like a blanket or a cushion, just to let your hips be a little bit higher than your heels and help you get your back a little bit longer. Might be more comfortable, so give that a shot. So we're gonna start with the soles of our feet together. So just feel the soles of your feet together, and you can put a cushion underneath the hips, whatever helps you be more comfortable, but just give your feet a rub. Start to feel your feet, wiggle your toes. And then let your hands be wherever your hands, shoulders, arms, neck are comfortable. And then just start to tune in and land in on the mat. We're gonna work fairly hard today, so think about energy and getting energy pumping in the body. Maybe getting it pumping so much that we can get rid of some excess, release some excess. We're thinking about physical power. The word mana, I pulled a card today, mana from my Hawaiian cards, physical power. So start to let go of all the things that have yet to come and all the things that have already happened. Feel your hips on your mat. Feel your breath in your body. Check in on the state of the thoughts. And check in on your energy levels. Notice if you're feeling dull or a little too anxious. Just noticing. And this is yoga for anxiety, and one of the things that we can do for anxiety is get to know when it's there and present, at what level, get to know it really well. So taking time to stop and check in, and particularly check in on the physical effects of anxiety in the body. So check in on the torso or places where you might start to feel it. Feel it in your chest, feel it in your shoulders. Just check in. Notice physically how you are doing also. Notice how the soles of your feet feel connecting. Notice how your hips feel with your knees open. And then soften your legs out, open wide. Eyes can float open if you've had them closed. Try not to have the back of your knee pushing down to the ground. You're just gonna have nice soft legs, pushing the heel down just a little bit and starting to think about getting the tall spine, tall spine. So long in the spine as if somebody's pulling you by the crown of your head. You're gonna take your hands behind you just for balance, and we're just gonna push through one leg at a time. So push the ball of the foot away and then pull it back. So we're just working through the legs, feeling the legs. You can move the hips side to side a little, starting to feel the inner thigh. Starting to connect with our legs, our base. Enjoy the slow warm up because we're gonna work pretty hard today. So taking your time, starting to connect with the muscles of the legs, starting to connect with your feet, wiggle your toes. And then bring your body center. And we're gonna move with our breath, and we're gonna do some twisting movements. So take this small at first, so you start to feel the muscles that we're looking to use, and then start to build it a little bigger as you get to use the core muscles, the twisting muscles in the stomach. So bringing your arms out directly ahead of the shoulders. Imagine you're squeezing a block. We're going to inhale, and then we're going to twist towards the left leg. Inhale, center, twist towards this right. So starting to find those muscles in the core. Notice your compensation pattern. So notice if you're overly squeezing the glutes, if you're overly squeezing the low back. Soften the face. And then maybe start to take it a little bigger, opening the arms wide and taking left hand to right foot. Inhale wide, exhale, right hand to left foot, really deepening the twist. Inhale, exhale. Again, still finding those core muscles, stomach muscles squeeze. We're not twisting from the back right now, trying to find that mind-body connection, connecting with those muscles that twist and squeeze and turn. And then bring it back to center. You're going to bring your hands behind you and your feet down to the ground, knees up. So place your hands down wherever your wrists are comfortable. You can place your feet on the ground. You're going to pull those core muscles in, stomach muscles in. Don't roll onto the tailbone. Lift the spine long. Core is activated. And then we're just going to start to work through the back of the arms, bending the elbows and straightening. Starting to feel upper arms nice and slow. Bring the arms down, bend the elbows, connect with your base. So squeeze the legs, the core, and then lift the hips up. Hold. Try not to let the head drop. Pull the hips up with the stomach and engaging the back line. Breathe. Lower the hips, cross the legs, and come on over to a tabletop position. And we're going to move and breathe in a tabletop position. So inhaling forward, exhaling, sending the hips backwards. This time we're going to start to add in that little pause at the end of the exhale. So inhale forward, deep, long breath. Exhale, even slower exhale. And then just add a gentle pause. Bring it to tabletop. We're going to work through the spine. So we're going to inhale as we lower the belly towards the ground. Exhale as we squeeze the belly towards the spine. Inhale, lower. Exhale, squeeze. Maybe even adding that gentle pause again. Inhale deeply. Exhale deeply, gentle pause. Bring it back to tabletop. We're going to work a little more twisting. So bringing your weight onto your right arm, lift up out of the shoulder. So not sinking into the shoulder, pulling yourself strong with your chest. Take the left hand out, tap the ground. We're going to inhale as we open, exhale as we squeeze the hand back down to the ground. Inhale, open, exhale, squeeze. If you're ready to make this a little more challenging, you're going to take the right leg up and hold it as you twist. Balancing and twisting at the same time. Bring it back down, take a little reset, and then move on over to the other side. Setting up, lifting up out of the left shoulder, right arm even with the shoulder. Tap it down. Inhale, lift and twist. Exhale, squeeze it down. Moving with the breath, activating the muscles, connecting with the muscles that make this happen. Trying to use the shoulder and the core, not so much the muscles of the back. The muscles of the back are engaged, but they're not the main players. If you want to step it up, take it a little more challenging. Take the left leg out, balance. Inhale, open. Exhale, squeeze down. Bring it back down to a tabletop. Take the hips back, child's pose. Find your breath. Reset. What can you let go of? Come on back to a tabletop position. Take your arms further forward from the shoulders, and we're going to work through baby push-ups. So bringing the elbows down towards the ground and then up, core is engaged. Soften the muscles of the face. Bring it back to a tabletop position and take some weight onto the arms and shoulders and then roll the shoulders. Nice and slow. Back the other way. And then tuck the toes and come to a hover with the knees. So engaged in the core. Engaged in the chest, nice and strong in the core and chest. We're going to move with our breath, starting slow and then pumping it up. So we're going to take an inhale, and with the exhale, we're going to squeeze right knee to right elbow. Send it back with the exhale. Inhale, squeeze left knee to left elbow. Bring it back, reset, knees still hovering. And we're going to start to step forward. So bringing the right foot towards the right hand, left foot to left hand. Step it back, right foot, left foot. Right foot forward, right foot back, left foot back. Start to move at your own breath pace. Engaged muscles, not flopping in space. And then switch. Left foot goes first, right foot, left foot back, right foot back. Left foot, right foot, left foot back, right foot back. Nice slow breath. Take it back to tabletop, lower the knees, child's pose. Take a reset. Maybe flip the palms just to take a different shape with the wrists. And then we'll go back to moving and breathing simple. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, child's back, little pause. Bring it back to tabletop, tuck the toes, and we're going to go back to that same movement, making it a little bigger. So if that was plenty for you, stay there. Don't move up. If you'd like to take it to the next level, tuck the toes, lift the knees, hover, engage, and sit up first. And then we're going to step right foot forward, left foot forward, lift the arms, press into the heels, lift the legs. Hands down, right foot back, left foot back. Right foot forward, left foot forward, press, engage, lift, and back. Slow, controlled, slow, steady breath. Watch your breath. Your breath tells you where you're at. And then switch legs. Left foot forward, right foot forward. Press and lift. Left foot back, right foot back. Left foot forward, right foot forward. Press and lift. Lower the hands. Left foot back, right foot back. Lower the knees, child's pose. Slide through all the way to crocodile pose, lowering slowly down to the stomach. One hand on top of the other, forehead down, and shimmy the hips. Loosen, soften. Find the center of your forehead. Connect with the pressure point there. And then we're just going to move through the shoulders. This time, not muscular action, but just kind of moving through, finding a flow. So bring your hands wider than your shoulders. Lift up the shoulders. You're going to turn and look at the right foot and lower the left shoulder towards the center. Back through center. Drop the right shoulder down. Turn and look at the left foot. Inhale, center. Exhale as you turn and twist. Soft neck. Let the head follow the movement. Start to make a pose. And then we're going to work through all the muscles of the back, lifting the shoulders. So inhale as we lift, exhale as we lower, starting to engage everything in the back line evenly. Maybe beginning to lift the arms, draw the elbows back. Take the tension out of the neck. Let the neck just follow the spine. Try not to think about lifting the skull, but lifting the shoulders and lengthening the spine. Glutes active, back of the legs active, lower core or still trying to fire. Soften the face. You can continue with this, or if you'd like to bring it up, we're going to lift and hover. Inhale, center, exhale, bring an elbow towards a hip. Inhale, center, exhale, elbow towards the hip. This can also be done with your hands down on the ground. Just a small twisting movement from the lower mid-back side body. And then bring it back down to crocodile pose. Shimmy the hips and really let all the muscles soften and melt. Bring the hands in by the shoulders, tuck the toes, pull the hips up and back, child's pose. Return to tabletop. And you're either going to repeat your last session or the first session. See where you are at. Have your own internal experience. Or we're going to make it a little bit bigger. So lift the knees, hover the knees, engage, lift up out of the shoulders. So important. You're not laying into the shoulders. You're lifting up, engaged, core is engaged, knees are lifted. You're going to step the right foot forward, left foot forward. Press in, breathe in as you come up. Inhale, come up. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, exhale, squeeze and twist. Inhale, exhale, hands down. Right foot back, left foot back. Hold. Left foot forward, right foot forward. Press and lift as you inhale, exhale as you squeeze and twist. Inhale, center, exhale, squeeze and twist. Inhale, center, exhale, hands to the ground. Left foot back, right foot back. Hold. Right foot forward, left foot forward. Big deep inhale, rise. Exhale, squeeze and twist. Inhale, rise, squeeze and twist. Inhale, rise, exhale, fold. Step back. Left foot forward, right foot forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, lift. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Left foot back, right foot back. Right foot forward, left foot forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, lift. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, lift. Lower. Right foot back, left foot back. Left foot forward, right foot forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, lift. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. Stay here. Take the tension out of the head of the neck. You can bring a block into your in front of you so your hands are a little closer to the ground. Let go. Find your breath. Maybe move through the hips or just take a static fold. So always making choices about where you are in your physical body. On your mat is your space to explore what's going on for yourself. And some of our anxious energy can come from making choices in our lives and feeling like we need to get the choices right. So begin to releve the feet or hang out. One at a time, relevating, lifting the heels. If you are comfortable taking the static and just forward folding, just forward fold. Make your choice for where you are at. So we practice making these choices and listening to our body and letting go of the concept if there is a right answer. Just having an exploration, maybe lifting both heels and lowering the hips a little, feeling your own legs. There are no right answers here, just your own experience. Your own holding patterns, your own body, your own energy level today, having an experience. Press deeply into the heels, fire up the legs, and if you have a block, grab it. Inhale, squeeze the block and lift up. Arms up overhead, squeezing the block. Core, legs, everything active, glutes active, face soft. Bring the block to shoulder height. Hold the block here. Base nice and solid and active. Take the chin to the chest. Lift the chin to the ceiling. Chin back to neutral, ear to shoulder. Another side. Squeezing the block. Back to neutral. Turn the chin to the shoulder. Back to neutral, other side. Back to neutral, squeezing the block. Are your arms tired? Notice. And then inhale deeply, lift. Exhale, lower the block, release the block. And then step back, high plank. Hold your high plank, breathe. And then send the hips back for down dog. First down dog, so warm it up in your own shape, whichever way feels right for you right now. And then find the stillness of down dog. Connect with your head below your heart. Long, slow breath. Bend both knees. Sink the hips a little. And we're going to work through the knees and legs and hips. So you can do this from tabletop if from down dog is too much. So holding, we're going to lift the right knee, bring it around in a circle and lower it. Lift the left knee, bring the whole hip knee around in a circle, lower. So make this movement your movement. Have your own experience in your hip. Slow, feeling the muscles that make this movement happen. And then down dog. Bend the knees, look towards the hands, and either hop or step forward, wide feet. So Malasana, squat feet. Land here, you can hold the block. Wiggle around, get comfortable in your squat feet. Come to as low as you feel strong. So maybe your hips are a little higher than what you would think for a squat. We're going to move here. So we're going to move through the hips and legs. We're going to press into the right foot and lift the left, heel to glute. Press into the left foot, lift the right. Bring it back to center. And for the next section, either repeating that same movement or maybe trying to challenge your balance. So inhale, center, arms wide. Exhale, weight over to the right. Left foot comes to heel, glute comes. Left foot comes to glute. Inhale, center, exhale, other side. Move slow and controlled. Pressing into the legs, challenging your balance, challenging your focus. If you're thinking about all the things outside of your mat, you're going to fall all over the place. Maybe practicing some hang time with that Inhale, center, exhale, and then pause. Whew. See, if you don't focus, you fall. Land it back to center. Take the feet parallel, forward fold. Maybe hold your block. Either having your arm down and just holding here. Get the spine even with the hips. Land your legs like you're trying to pull the feet apart. Nice strong legs. Left hand down, left hand on the block. And then inhale as you open up. Maybe remembering. Right hand to hip. Breathe. Take the tension out of the neck. Bring it back to center. Set up again, spine nice and long, base nice and strong. And inhale as you open and twist. Breathe. Bring it back to center and slowly turning the feet out, lower the hips down towards your Malasana. So we're going to think about power. So place the hands down on the ground. Step right foot back, left foot back. Send the hips back towards the heels. Step the left hand back, right hand back. Maybe lift up. Land the hands, hand forward, left foot to left hand, left, right foot to right hand. Inhale as you lift up. Exhale as you fold. Right foot back, left foot back. Right hand back, left hand back. Maybe even lift up toe stand. Land the hands. Left hand forward, right hand forward. Left foot forward, right foot forward. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you lower. Left foot back, right foot back. Left hand, right hand. Maybe a toe stand. Hands down, right hand, left hand. Right foot, left foot. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Right foot, left foot, right hand, left hand. Inhale, toe stand. Exhale, lower. Walk it out. Tabletop. And then child's pose. Reset. Feel the energy moving in your body. Notice what's going on with your breath. Maybe you got the heart rate up a little, just feeling what is going on in your own physical experience right now. And then press into the hands, down dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, and find your breath. Pulling yourself up out of the wrists, out of the shoulders, strong muscles, soft neck. Bend the knees to a hover. Send the hips back. And we're going to move and breathe again, trying to pump up that power. So we're going to lift the right knee Take an inhale with the exhale. Squeeze the right knee to the left elbow. Back. Squeeze. Inhale back. Exhale, squeeze. Lower the right knee. Left knee lifts. Squeeze and twist. So inhale back. Exhale, squeeze and twist. Lower the left foot. Make a choice. Stay with just going one at a time. Nice and slow, or pumping it up. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. And back. Switching feet. Switching feet. And crossing. Fire up the core. Strong arms, strong chest. Watch for gripping in the face. Gripping in the fingers. Try not to pull the hands tight, resisting and cramping. Take it back to down dog. Lift the right foot, step through, drop the back leg, come up warrior two legs, back foot parallel with the back of the mat. Find your warrior two. So lifting up out of the ground, lifting with your muscles, arms out. Flip the palms. Hold a warrior two. Feel the strength of lifting up out of the ground. Strong legs, strong hips, strong core. Bring your hands to prayer. We're going to move through the legs. So we're going to start to turn and bring the right hip, left hip down towards the left foot. Back to warrior two legs. Left hip towards left foot. You're going to turn and twist. So ninja pose is when you drop all the way down. We're going through the movement of ninja pose, but we're using core muscles, building power. Inhale in your warrior two shape. Exhale as you twist and turn towards the left leg. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, twist and turn. Strong, active legs. Having an experience in your own body. This, warrior two, little twist, is still the same experience if you are engaging your muscles. Your feet can move and adjust. Careful with the ankles, careful with the knees, and find the muscles that protect these joints. Bring it back to warrior two. Pivot on the back foot, frame out the front, right foot meets left, and then back to down dog. Left leg lifts, step through, drop the back foot, and you're coming to warrior two legs on the other side. Arms out, flip the palms, rest the shoulders. Lengthen the spine, lift out of the ground, find your base. So experiment with feeling like you're pulling your legs apart, really trying to rip the mat between you without letting your feet move. Fire up your base, really strong. Long, tall spine. Fire up the core muscles. Inhale in your warrior two shape. Exhale, turn towards the right leg. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, turn towards the right leg. Strong legs, strong core. moving your feet in whichever way feels natural for your body shape, for the strength in your own legs. Find warrior two. Pivot on the back foot. Frame out the front. Left foot meets right, down dog. Breathe. Bend both knees, sink the hips down. We're going to pull the right knee towards the right elbow. Land the right foot. Pull the left leg up off the ground and maybe start to find a little lift. Find a block, come up slow. Find your core, maybe even begin to float. So coming all the way from the ground, finding those core muscles, lifting up out of the right leg. Bend the back knee, bring the heel towards the glute. Arms open wide to challenge your balance. And then slowly bring the left knee towards stand. Pass the right all the way up. Even with the hip, legs still active. Breathe and hold. We're going to open the left knee up, spin around, hold, lower, warrior two. Hold your warrior two. Pivot on the back foot. Send the right foot back to lead the left, down, up. Find your breath. Bend both knees. Draw the left knee towards the left elbow. Hold and hover. Step it through. Maybe using your block. Squeeze the core. Pull that hollow in the core. Begin to bring the right foot up and then lift and float. Breathe and balance. If you're letting your mind carry you away, you will lose your balance. Find your feet, find your legs, find your breath. Bend the back knee, bring the heel towards the glute, hold. Slowly bring the knee past the left, all the way up to stand. Leg active. Engage leg the whole way. Take the right leg out to the right. Turning around nice and slow. Lower, warrior two. Breathe and hold. Feel your power as if you're pushing through your hands. Pivot on the back foot. Frame out the front. Left foot meets right, down dog. And enjoy the last down dog of the practice. Connect with your breath. Lower the knees and come to a seated position. So we're going to return to the position we began in, bringing the soles of the feet together, knees out. Place your blanket under your hips, whatever you need to be more comfortable, and just see, returning to the starting position, what feels different. So notice. There's a good chance you generated a bunch of heat in the body. So we're going to practice a cooling breath. Cooling breath can be done two ways. So you want to bring an O shape to your mouth to bring the breath in. It's a cooling shape. So you can either wrap your tongue in an O, roll your tongue, or you can just make an O shape with your mouth. So we're gonna breathe in nice and slow, not with muscular force, like not that. We're just looking to find our natural breath pattern, but we're changing the shape of our face, changing the shape of our mouth. So breathing in and out through an O shape in our mouth. Soft O. As you get the hang of it, start to notice any change in energy, temperature, heat, anything going on in the body. Breathing in through that O. And softly letting the breath out. Perhaps even bringing a hand over the heart and paying attention to the heart rate. Seeing if it slows as your breath begins to slow. And then let go of all focus on your breath and make your way down to your back. So all the hard work is done. Take a wiggle of the hips on the ground. Start to land on the ground, getting ready for resting and meditation. Stick your feet onto the ground, sway the hips and the knees, starting to let go. And we did a lot of hip and lower body work, so we're going to do a little reset for the lower body. So either moving your weight left and right, like you're really wiggling the hips by moving the weight between your left and right foot really fast, jiggling, or a little lift of the hips and drop, lift and lower. So you're looking for that muscular reset, jiggling like jelly, wobbling all the muscles as much as you can. See which one works for you. I prefer the left and right. My daughter prefers the up down. Everyone is different. But you want to pick the one that causes the least compensation patterns in somewhere else in the body. So notice if you're doing one and you're starting to grip around the shoulders or the neck, and try the other one. See if that has less gripping. We want to be as soft and loose as possible. Letting the hips go. Imagine you could shake out all the stress, all the times you took a step and you slipped and tripped and caused a little strain. Imagine you could just shake all that out. Imagine every time you stepped on a stone, you could just shake that out. Let it go. Loosen, soften. Get those muscles to reset. Imagine the jiggles are like a really great massage for the muscle, moving and stirring and bringing circulation. And then bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees soften open and just notice where your hips naturally land. Notice where your legs land. Particularly notice, as with most people, one knee might be lower or higher than the other. Just notice that. Sometimes just noticing these left and right discrepancies in our holding patterns can help the brain just reset it naturally in the background. If it's comfortable, bring your hands to your lower torso. Imagine the warmth of your hands is just helping your hips ground and melt into the ground below. And in this shape, we're just going to do one more breath pattern. So we're going to breathe in fully. We're going to breathe out fully. We're going to add that gentle pause. And then we're going to see if there's a little more exhale. Just give a little
more push to see if there's a little more air in the lungs. So we're just looking to see if we're really and completely emptying our lungs. Inhale fully. Exhale fully. Add a little gentle pause. And then give a squeeze. See if there's more exhale. Take a couple of rounds. Maybe you need 2, maybe you need 20. Take as many as you feel you need. And then just soften into this pose. And then we're going to move into our resting pose. So if you love this pose with your knees open and your hips open, I do recommend that you find the end point of this pose for you. Find where your legs and hips go as far as they go, and then find a prop to take you above that end point, so that you can feel the pose as an opening. You can feel the benefits of being open, but you're taking out the stretch part of this pose. You want, in your resting pose, your muscles to feel like they can release their tension. That's the point of your resting pose. You want to be releasing tension. You want your limbs to not feel like they're falling in space, because that causes gripping, that causes them to like hold and grip. So bring your knees a little bit higher than they would normally go. Find something to rest them on. Or if this is not the pose you want to find your resting pose in, please make adjustments. Again, resting pose is for releasing tension. The original Shavasana pose, laying on your backs like a corpse, is called the corpse pose because we're supposed to get as close to being a corpse as we possibly get. That's how we release all the tension. So we built up some fire. We built up some power, some energy. Now we're looking to just let it all go. Release it. Take all the holding patterns out of the body and surrender into the ground. Melt down, let go. Not be the one in charge right now. Not in charge of the thoughts. Not in charge of the feelings. Not in charge of the muscles. Not in charge of the breath. Just surrender and let go. And I know I make that sound easy, and it's really not. It'll take a lifetime of practice to be able to truly surrender, and we need, and that's why the practice of yoga never ends, because we need to keep repeating this practice, because we will forget, and we do forget. That is natural. So the card that I pulled today is from the Hawaiian healing cards that I love. And this one's called Mana. Divine power or life force. True power. So as you start to loosen and soften and release, maybe you just go to a great place and you tune me out. I am perfectly okay with that. If you want to hear it, tune in. True power has nothing to do with force or having power over another. To be empowered means to be authentically aligned with your soul's calling, your life force, your heart, the natural world, and divinity. Aligning fully with all that you are and releasing all that you are not liberates you from needing validation and supports you to be authentic, whole, and powerful. Powerful, 2 words, full of power. My intention is to embody my true power and to allow the uninterrupted
flow of life force available to me from my higher self, the natural world, and divinity. So maybe as you're resting in your resting pose, connecting to that sense of energy moving in the body. Maybe you can feel your heart rate as it's starting to slow. Maybe you can feel the muscles surrounding your breath, the muscles that are attached to your breath, help your breath beginning to soften, release their burden, and just let the breath flow. Or maybe you need to distract the thoughts so that you can keep your focus one-pointed. And think of something visual. So one of the easiest ways to think about energy moving in our body is to think about the actual energetic highway of the spine. So maybe you connect to the center of the brain and begin to really think about the energy that moves from the center of the brain down the spinal cord, throughout the body, and then it comes on back up, down the spine, throughout the body, all the way back up. And you can give it a color, you can give it a temperature, you can give it an image. Maybe it's flowing like a river, drawing back in, maybe like waves of the ocean flowing out and flowing back in. You're thinking about energy and power and life force. If you have the time to spend in your resting pose, please take as much time as you need. You need to finish up on the 60-minute mark. We are coming up on that 60-minute mark. So before closing, think about power, energy, power, life force. Sometimes when we feel overwhelmed, it's because we feel completely powerless. It's because we feel like we have no control over our environment. And then we rush about trying to control our environment and getting frustrated in the process of not being able to control our environment. We have power from within to support ourselves. That means coming inside, finding our internal energy, connecting, finding power in here. Tuning in so deeply that we can find all the little voices that are nagging at us. Maybe there's voices of tension. Maybe the tension in the body is nagging at us. Maybe the tension in the head of fighting our thoughts and trying to control the thoughts in the environment is fighting and nagging at us. But we can come inside and we can find the power to sit with all this, get to know it, and get to become more and more at ease with what is going on in our environment. So having power is not so much being the change that you wish to see. By just getting to know yourself so well that you can be comfortable in yourself. And being comfortable is power. Being comfortable gives us courage to face our fears, gives us courage to accept the things we can't change, and it gives us courage to change what needs to be changed. But we don't know what needs to be changed if we don't come in and connect with this internal power. So curl on up in a ball in a fetal position. Feel perhaps your pulse, your energy, maybe just your breath moving in your body, connecting with your internal power, being on your mat for just a few moments more, feeling this present moment on this mat, feeling your own internal energy, your own mana. And then finish your practice with your hands of prayer, heart space. Taking a moment to connect with bringing our left and right sides to meet in front of our hearts, as if accepting ourselves as whole and complete, precisely as we are. May we all feel a little of our own internal power, our own internal strength, supporting us and guiding us throughout our day. Thank you for joining us.